Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Just waiting on you guys to jump on here. I know about 10 minutes earlier than normal, so you may not expect me quite at this time, but I'll just wait here for just a minute, make sure that my connection is good. Amen. Good to see you guys as you're starting to populate. Good. Hey, good God. Amen. Good, good, good. All right. Hey, good morning, Tim. Good to see you, buddy. How are things going this morning? Hope you're doing well today so far. I know I am. I'm ready for a great day. It's going to be a good one. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And hey, Dad, good morning to you. I am still an Earth man. I'm still on planet Earth. That's right. So I tried the outdoor thing yesterday and actually worked pretty good. But the problem was because I'm across Instagram, YouTube, and 3 different Facebook feeds. I could only see the chat on Instagram. So it was real hard to interface with you guys. Yeah, Mike's worship set last night was awesome, man. It's always so good, and I really enjoyed watching that myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I have a really tight schedule today, and need to get going on my day, as I'm sure probably you guys do too. And so I'm a little bit quieter this morning because I'm trying not to wake up the family. But I just wanted to talk to you real quick about the idea of that's right. Well, indoors and outdoors. That's right, Michael Willis. But I want to talk to you about the idea of boot camp. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday, which is the stream pretty regularly, and I was talking to them on the phone, and they were just talking about what a blessing it is, and they were just really encouraging, to me, and it was nice. It was nice to be lifted up. But then they said something, and it was really really profound. They said, Pastor, they said, I just hope that that them tuning into your devotional doesn't become a replacement for their devotional. And that is always my prayer. I certainly want this to be a resource. Good morning, Carly. God bless you. Good to see you this morning. And that's always my prayer, is that this is just like kind of a booster for you today to kind of help focus you. But the end of the day, that we actually have to be responsible to take of our own personal walk, our own personal relationship. It's like if I grew up in a Christian home, and there just came a point in my personal walk that as Christian as my parents wanted to be, I had to embrace my own faith, and I had to embrace my own walk, and I had to start. The Bible says when you act like it. When you become a man, you put away childish things, begin to do things adults do. Right? It's called adulting, and so. The same is true with our personal walk. It's got to be committed. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Dave. God bless you. Good to see you from Florida. I hope that all this extended time you have in Florida, Laura, that it means we're going to get more time with you in Connecticut, here in Connecticut. I think we should get to make up for it on the back end, but we'll talk about that later. Good morning, Joe Duham. Well, good to see you, bud. God bless you, man. And so I was sharing as you're popping. I just wanted to share with you that, it was the concern was made that, listen, this devotional time is great, but make sure that you have your own personal time. And I started thinking about a couple scriptures. One is found in John 15, and it says that I am the vine and you are the branches. And the Bible is about abiding, he who abides in me. And this is so I kind of look at like this time that we have together is boot camp. Like, you come in, you tune in the morning, and we kind of do our spiritual push-ups, right? But there comes a time where you got to go to war, and you got to be battled up, and you got to take the things that you've learned, and you got to apply it, with all kind, into your own personal walk and situations. And so John 15 says, hey, listen, I'm the vine, God, he's the vine, and you are the branches. And it talks about the fact, right? All living nourishment of life, the living water, the bread from heaven, it's all tied into him. And if we want our strength, we've got to personally be in. Listen, when I before the Lord, and he's not going to give me upon how solid my parents was. He's not going to give an account upon how solid Jeanette's faith was or Pastor Grant's faith was. He's going to say, either well done, thou good and faithful servant to me, or he's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. That's on me. That onus is on me. And so, so I just want to encourage you that we got to abide in the living vine, the vine. We talked about it on Sunday in Sunday service. Hey, good morning, Mike B. Good to see you, bud. We talked about being charged, being plugged into the power source, being the Holy Spirit, that I can't be full of the Spirit of God that's in Jeanette or that's in my kids. I have to have that in myself. And so again, we can plug into a devotion, we can watch a video, we can listen to worship music, but at the end of the day, it's on us to make sure that you as a person connect personally with the Lord. You go to boot camp so that you learn to never it's you against the enemy. And secondly, says this, that we have a mighty sword, that we have a mighty weapon of warfare called the Bible. And it says that all of it, everything that's in it, is breathed from heaven, and that it's good for doctrine and reproof, and it's good for correction and instruction in all righteousness. And so we have we have this word right here. We have it available to us, to be able to do mighty works in the kingdom of God. I kind of close with this thought with these last two scriptures. Jesus said this, and in John 14:12, he says, and I missed a couple of devotionals ago, he says, whatever you see me do that. You do the things that you've seen me do. And then Paul teaches us later, he says, again, as you see me follow Christ, do that. Follow the things that you've seen me do. Good morning, Deb, Brian, Faisy. God bless you guys. And so as we maybe you watch these devotions, maybe you tune in on Sundays, or you're watching different streams throughout the week. But let me encourage you to do this. This devotion should not. This is like a special treat, right? And we get to communicate together and see each other and talk, share in the Lord. Give me Lisa, and. But it's kind of like your morning cup of coffee. At some point, you've got to nourish your spirit. You've got to get the spiritual protein and the spiritual carbs and the spiritual things that you need so that you can be spiritually fit like the enemy. And so that is personal walk that every single person has to take. So how do you do that? Well, it's really simple. I mean, prayer is simply just talking to God. So you just have that moment where you set aside, that you say, you know what, right now, God is me and you, and I want to kind of work this out myself and talk, and we just sing praise to him or talk to him. Excuse me, I got a little in my throat. But good morning, Jeanette. My wife says, good morning, Earth Dad, to my father. And so anyhow, So we get into the word and we get into prayer, right? Those are the two main. That's the main source, and you just connect. You connect with God. A lot of people grab one of those little devotional books, a 365-day devotional book. Again, it's just a jump start to kind of get your thinking down the right path, and study goes, and you'll find that the more you begin to turn the pages of the Word, that the more fluent you will become, and the more quick you will be whenever the trials come, and you have to stand up on your own, and because you can't go, oh, you know what, I heard a devotion about that, and it's in Pastor Chris's vlog, and let me go look. Fine, it doesn't work that way. When the Bible says be instant, season, and out, you got to be ready. You got to wake up every morning and put on the full armor of God, the breastplate of righteousness, and the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, and gird your loins with truth, and shod your feet with peace, and carry the shield of faith, and to be ready to go into battle every single day. And it's you against the enemy. I mean, I know that the Lord is with you, but what I'm saying is that you don't go to into a gun knife, right? You go paired, you go ready, fully armored, and so I pray that these times together, that they're not a substitute for your personal devotion time, but that they are fuel to get you more focused on the Lord, what God's called you to do. So I do hope that that's a blessing to you this morning. We were really light on the chat today, so it leads me to believe that maybe I'm a little early for most of our people, but I wanted to get that out to you, and to just share with you today a little bit of my heart. And so listen, you guys are in boot camp. Not everybody becomes a Navy SEAL, right? There's the few, the proud, right? The few, the proud, the Marines, right? So you guys are the survivors. So but listen, if you're catching this on replay, we love you guys, and we hope that you have an awesome day, and God is with you, never leaves you, never forsakes you, and so have a beautiful day, and we will see you tomorrow. All right, God bless. Bye bye.